Well, ordinarily, I think, as you might recall, we were at the Hat Shell in the summertime. That, of course, is where the big Fourth of July concert happens with the Boston Pops and Landmarks Orchestra in the summertime. But Hatched, Breaking Through the Silence, is a new installation that's happening right now in the dead of winter to get us through the dead of winter. And here you have a program that's led by an all female identifying team that has composed music, that has created illuminations that project nightly in 15-minute intervals at the Hat Shell. And basically, what you do is you go there, you scan a QR code with your phone, you watch the display, and then listen to the music with your phone. And it really is something to get us through this dead of winter. It's brought to us by the Esplanade Association, which is the nonprofit that helps manage the parks. This is their 20th anniversary. They have made a push to bring art into the park. You'll see murals there as well. But to go back to Hatched, I spoke with multimedia artist Maria Finkelmeyer, who says as she was designing this and conceiving it, she returned to the question of what a bird's eye view of musicians playing in the Hat Shell must be like. By the way, we were outside talking about this, so I apologize for the sirens.
What does it look like to see a violin bow or a drum or a marimba? And I wondered what those shapes would actually look like in the shell. So created this visual score that is really a celebration of those shapes as kaleidoscope pieces. So I really want you to feel like the shell is making music for us, as opposed to us making music under the shell.
But this is really just a great warm project. You look at that beautiful 80-year-old Art Deco hat shell. They have literally mapped out square by hat shell square how these illuminations will play. It's an extraordinary effort that they only did in just a matter of months after the Esplanade Association came to them and asked them to do this. But as I mentioned, this is very deliberately done for the wintertime, an acknowledgement about where we all are in this cold after the political season in the midst of a pandemic. And I talked to Maria Finkelmeyer about that as well, about really the theme that's embodied in the title, Hatched.
We're breaking through this really tough year. We're breaking through this, anything personal people have been going through. As a woman, I'm breaking through in some sense. I'm a percussionist, a composer, a production person. There's not a lot of us. So there's this idea of just like, emerging in some way, which the hat shell being called hatch, I thought hatched.
And again, you can experience it by going socially distancing, going with one or two friends with whom you're comfortable, listening on your phone, and it is pretty magical. We were out there shooting the story on a really cold night, but it just changed everything to suddenly have these bright, vibrant illuminations, especially to this music, and to see this arc, this narrative arc that she has created.
Yeah, that's something. I love the concept. I don't know if it's being done anywhere else or if she really came up with this, but it's fascinating. It seems like every city should have one.
Absolutely, it'll carry us through a little bit more. 15 minutes, I think, helps.
Exactly.